Listen up, it's snowing, and we've got fresh snow on both Vail and Beaver Creek. We're going to let you know all about that and how long these snowstorms are going to last. We've got all that for you. Plus, we're going to give you details on kind of a mystery on Mount Everest. We've got the Vail Symposium coming on to talk about that. And we're going to let you know what's happening with the Winter Mountain Games that are coming this weekend. So all that and a whole lot more on Vail Valley Live, which starts now.
Hey, good morning. Happy Wednesday. It is February 23rd, and we're so excited to see you here with us this morning. So much fresh snow out there. I think we probably have about at least around a foot in Eagle, and then both Vail and Beaver Creek reporting 5 inches of fresh snow in the last 24 hours. And you can see Trisha out there, right? The base of Gondola 1, that snow is coming down, and it's coming down pretty quickly. So we'll see how much we get out of this entire storm, but it's going to be a great one to get out on the mountain. But the roads are a little sketchy. Let's just put it that way. It's definitely one of the commutes that I would prefer not to have to do again. Very lucky that we thankfully, start this show early. And so, being on the roads early with less cars was a good thing, but you're going to definitely want to take it nice and slow today. So we have a great show in store for you. Like Trisha was saying, we're going to learn a little bit more about this mystery on Mount Everest with the Vail Symposium. We'll also have a look at what's going on with your headlines. And then we'll take a look at what's going on with the roads out there. We're going to get sparkly with Betteridge. We're going to get healthy with Allie Stevens. I love Allie. And then we'll also have a look at what's going on with some events that are taking place this weekend. So really excited to have you here. And of course, as always, if you're watching on Facebook or on YouTube, please join in on the conversation. If you haven't found our new YouTube channel just yet, if you just go to youtube.com and then search for Vail Valley Live, easiest way to pull it right up. So let's send things back out to Trisha and just find out what's going on in the Village Sheenberry, where they were running down to get to Gondola 1 to see, if anybody was lined up. All right, Trisha, I see at least one person milling around behind you, plus all that
Yes,
snow getting pushed off the lift.
yes, you know what? So there's a couple people getting in line already, but those shows like Most Dangerous Jobs or whatever. Okay, look at this guy. So he is getting the snow off of the top of Gandhi 1, and he's roped in. He's got all the safety. He's got that extra long extender onto that broom, pushing it off. But I know that this happens. I've just never witnessed it, so it's kind of cool to see. So they're of course warning the people down below. That there's going to be snow coming down. Not a lot up there, so he doesn't have a big pile to move. But we just thought we'd kind of show you that. And then there are a few people just kind of scattered off to the sides, just waiting. They've got their ski boots on. Mostly skiers here. Don't see any snowboarders yet. And that's what it's all about. Breakfast. You gotta, get out, get up early. These are the early days. If you don't get out of here, if you're not up right now, you're not going to be catching first tracks.
No, definitely not. And I mean, being a powder day, like obviously you want to get there first. You want to get all of those fresh tracks. And I can see that. I mean, that snow is really collecting on your hat, and you haven't been out there for very long, so it's coming down pretty good, huh?
Yeah, yep, it's pretty steady, and I'd say medium-sized flakes. And so we're excited. Will we get 5 new at both mountains?
Yeah, 5 new at both mountains and more on the way. Obviously, like it's still going, so that's exciting. Trisha, maybe you can help me do the first weather here. It's all brought to you by the outlets at Silverthorne. And tell me a little bit about the roads for you and Barry getting over to Vail this morning.
Okay, you know what? So I came in on the interstate the entire time. Side streets to get out of Edwards were probably, the most slick. And the right lane on the interstate was better than the left lane. But, you see all sorts of things out there. Like when I got on the interstate, there was a semi truck in front of me that was using both lanes. So I had to patiently wait for him to get over, and everything. But then I was passed by a tanker. I'm like, dude, you're about ready to go into Dow Junction, which I consider one of the most dangerous stretches of I-70 that's flat. It's not flat, but it's a false flat. So people think, oh, Dowd, no big deal. Oh man, there's bridges there. There's elevation gains and decreases. Vail Pass is going to be a tough one today. So really slow it down, have a plan, uh, go early. Don't be thinking you're going to get there in the same amount of time as you normally would be, and then plenty of follow distance between you and the car ahead of you. That tanker passed me and I stepped off the gas. I was
Oh,
like, I'm
yeah.
just going to let this guy get some good distance in case
Smart.
he has a mishap. I
Yeah.
wasn't going to be a part of it.
No, definitely not. And Trish, we have the camera pulled up so you can kind of see what's happening along the valley floor right now. And traffic isn't substantial, I would say, but it's moving along pretty well. You can see, you're right, like the right lane a little bit better than the left. And we're going to be seeing those temperatures in the teens today in Vail. So it's going to be chilly on the mountain once you get up there. Saying that it feels like it's about 8 degrees. Would you say that's accurate with where you are?
You know what? Yeah, it's definitely just feeling a little bit colder today. I think maybe the humidity level's up. That has a lot to do with it as well. So it could be the same temperature but different humidity level, and that could make it. But I would definitely wear the mittens today. I would definitely full on all layers, maybe even the hand warmers, because this is the day you don't want to go in because you're gonna want to get your laps over and over and over again before it gets tracked out.
Yeah, yeah, you're gonna want to put like all the the protein bars in your jacket and just eat on the lift and get those laps in. All right, well, listen, it looks amazing out there. I'm so excited to check in with you more, and we'll come back to you here shortly. But big thank you to the Alice at Silverthorne for the first look at our local weather forecast and those elevated savings. Big thank you to Barry for all those beautiful shots with you as well, Trish. All right, so we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll have a look at your headlines. We'll also take a closer look at the traffic and so much more headed your way.
Skiing is more dangerous than ever due to crowded slopes and people skiing faster than their abilities allow. Hi, this is Joseph Block, a ski injury attorney at Block and Chapleau. If another skier or snowboarder hits you from behind and it injures you, you're entitled to monetary compensation. Remember, the downhill skier has the right of way. The uphill skier has a responsibility to avoid skiers below.
If you've been injured, you need to call an attorney to protect your rights. It's important to preserve the evidence immediately. Call Block and Chapleau today at 970-926-1700. We've been doing this for over 30 years and have collected millions of dollars of compensation for injured skiers and snowboarders.
Block and Chapleau has offices in the Vail Valley, Frisco, and Denver to serve you. Your case is our priority.
If you've been injured in an automobile or ski collision, call us today at 970-926-1700 to speak to an attorney, or go to vailjustice.com.
You're probably wondering, what makes these chips taste so good? Here's a hint. It's lime. They taste like lime. Tostitos, get to the good stuff.
Oh, love those lime chips. I think Mary and I both agree on that one. And you know what I also love is a good warm cup of coffee or tea from Vail Mountain Coffee and Tea. And I was just talking to one of their employees the other day and asked her, what her favorite was. And she was just saying their London Fog was her favorite. So, some Earl Grey tea bags and then mixed with your favorite steamed milk. And I would agree. That's definitely a favorite as well. So if you haven't been in before, they have their two locations, one in Beaver Creek right right between the escalators, and then they also have their roastery that opens at 7, and they're open until 4 o'clock daily. So pairing beautifully with our Vail Mountain Coffee and Tea, of course, is our Vail Daily. And this morning, really great shot on the front cover of Cynthia Johnson, launching herself in the snow on the first day of a multi-day storm Tuesday in Vail. This is from Chris Dillman. And yes, we do have that snow in the forecast through Thursday. Also, the main headline talking about missing Black history and what Black History Month looks like in Eagle County and why changemakers say a broader celebration is long overdue. So as we flip on to page A2, Kelly Duncan really dives deep into this article. So if you'd like to learn more, you can start that on page A2. Then on page A3, the Vail Town Manager is a finalist for, I'm sorry, I'm skipping ahead of myself. The Eagle River Water Groups purchased the Bolts Lake site. So entities are intending to develop a water supply reservoir up to 1,200 acre feet in volume. So that should be an interesting addition. Also, Eagle County Schools see a good academic growth, so that's great news. They presented their mid-year assessment at a recent school board meeting, so it's nice to see some happy things in the paper today. And then also something else happy, 2/22/22 at 2:22 p.m. There's a 2-2 party that enjoyed 2 inches of fresh snow on Vail Mountain. So and according to the organizer, when twos align, portals open. It's all by John LeConte. You can find out more of that on page A20. So hopefully you had a good 222 day yesterday. And then you can learn a little bit more about the little group that helped defeat the Marble Ski Area on page A22. So more twos, but it's an interesting read. You know, the land of ski resorts and development is always fascinating. And then we are looking at the 19th annual Talon Challenge this weekend. So you can ski or ride 14 black and double black diamond runs all in one day at Beaver Creek Ski Resort. So our own Meredith Kirkman will be taking that on and crushing it, no doubt. Yep, she's been training, she's ready. And then I think probably the best part about that is going to be the après ski party because, my goodness, your thighs are going to be on fire. Mare, have you been practicing your bumps? You ready?
I have. That's a shot at Golden Eagle that we rode last week, and I rode, I would say, 80% of all the runs. So, yeah, I'll report next week to tell you how bad the legs really burn. Yeah,
Mare and her quads are ready. They are ready. So that's going on this weekend, and you can learn all about it in the paper today. So you can go to vaildaily.com for more information there. And then a very interesting book that has come out on an Everest snowboarder that depicts a youthful spirit. We're going to learn a little bit more about this on the show, but it talks about the disappearance of a snowboarder, and I'm not going to give too much away, but you can learn more about it in the paper and then also on the show with Trisha coming up here shortly. So that's all in your headlines for today. Thank you, Vail Daily. And let's take a closer look at what's going on with your roads out there. So, I found that between Eagle and Edwards, the roads were the worst this morning. Now you can see, a half mile east of Vail, the traffic is definitely picking up. And then look at that main Vail exit, right? Like, people know that we got fresh snow and they are showing up for it. So it's going to be tricky out there. You want to give yourself plenty of extra time. And we are under a winter weather advisory until tomorrow at 5 a.m. So according to the National Weather Service, what they're saying is that, you just want to expect icy and slick roads, especially over mountain passes where travel will be very difficult. And, some of the visibility could be an issue as well. So just take it easy, give yourself some extra time. That's probably the best advice we can give you, or try to stay off those roads if possible. So that's a look at what's going on with your road conditions. And also, I don't see anybody chatting out there. Do we have anybody watching? What are you guys doing? Where are you watching from? What's going on? Do you have any snow? Do you have any questions? Let's send things out to Trisha and see where she is now. So last time we checked in with her, they were brushing off the snow on top of Gondola 1 over in Vail Village. And now, Trish, all right. So I can see that golden cab behind you for the gondola.
Yep, gondola come number 50. And so, they have the gondola numbers on the bottom, and they're all in different orders because they take off these gondola cars at night and they store them at the barn at the top, which is kind of different. Sometimes they'll store them down below. But so I love when I see gondola car number 58. I kind of consider it like a little good luck, like finding a penny. But it is gold for the golden anniversary of Vail, 1962 to 2012, which means next December is Vail's 60th anniversary. So it's hard to believe it's already been 10 years since they installed this gondola. They revealed this gondola car. And so we just thought we'd show it a little bit. And then we got some of the people in line here waiting. Some have like little breakfast burritos or just little things to eat. And activity getting a little bit higher. Actually, I'm actually seeing like a tiny bit of blue sky above me. So, you know, who knows, maybe the storm, it's kind of disorganized, kind of breaking up for a little bit. But it's not like it's going to stay blue. It's one of those where you just like look up and say, is that blue? But that's kind of what's going on. So, but I'm sure we'll see that snow kind of continue throughout the day. But they were still doing, I don't know if you can see the broom. The broom guy, he's still up there.
We can't see the broom, but we can see that snow falling off. Oh, there it is.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Now we can see it.
Yep. So we're at a different angle here. So they are brushing it off, and then they take it with a shovel and they put it into kind of where the track is, so it's not in the way. Of course, we have heated pavers right here, which is so nice, you know, to have the heated sidewalks and everything. But cool to see the town waking up. 5 inches new reported on Vail and Beaver Creek Mountains, so equal opportunity snowing. Both resorts got the same. You know, that's not always the case. But 8:30 is when we'll be opening the lifts here. 9 o'clock over at Beaver Creek.
Awesome. All right. Well, definitely nice to see that activity and also all that snow that keeps collecting on your hat and on your jacket. Okay, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we have more in store for you, including what's going on with some great events this weekend, and then we're going to get into some things that are sparkly, Trisha. So you guys stay busy out there. I'm sure you're going to find something else cool for us to look at, but we'll be right back with more.
In the extraordinary, we're free to discover more together. Experience it for yourself this winter. Get your lift tickets today.
Vail Valley Live outerwear provided by Skea Limited.
Get more information at VailYetiHockey.com. Go Yeti!
It's 5 a.m. and
I feel like I can do anything.
We've got apples and cabbage,
7,000 dahlias,
vegetables, and
brisket for dinner.
This is my happy place.
We've been coming here since 1868.
My grandmother used to say,
Don't call me, don't bother me, I'm going out to mow.
There's a lot of cushy desk jobs out there, but
I make the earth take the shape that I want it to take.
There are millions of ways to make the most of your land. Learn how to make the most of yours at Deere.com.
This Weather and Mountain Report is brought to you by Betteridge. Fine jewelry and watches with exceptional service since 1897, located in Solaris.
All right, it's time to look at that weather. I just got an update from my uncle in Colorado Springs. He said it's -7 in Colorado Springs right now. So a little bit warmer than what's happening on the Front Range, but 5 inches of fresh snow in both Vail and Beaver Creek this morning. And Joel Gratz from OpenSnow.com just updated his forecast. And what he's saying is that we could see kind of a mix of some dry weather and then periods of moderate to intense snow throughout the day today. So probably the best chance for intense snow is going to be this afternoon. So probably like maybe another 3 to 5 inches is what he's expecting. And then tonight, he's saying that the wind is going to switch to kind of a more favorable northwest direction, and that could bring an additional 2 to 5 inches. So it sounds like tomorrow morning could be soft and fluffy, and then also really chilly with some temperatures that may not be very far off from 0 degrees. So we are going to be seeing just kind of a stormy next couple days, and then as we get into Saturday and then Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we're going to be seeing some sunnier, warmer conditions, temperatures back in the 20s and 30s. So it is going to clear up for this weekend. So thank you to Joel Gratz for that update. But let's take a closer look at what's going on. So yeah, you can see the Saturday, Sunday, the sunshine returns, but we have a stormy couple days here as we close out February. And let's take a closer look at what's going on with the resorts. So over at Vail today, they are currently 97% open. Again, 5 inches of fresh in the last 24 hours, 7 in the last 48 hours, and 14 inches this week at Vail. So they have 267 trails open, 26 lifts are operating. And then if you're going to Beaver Creek, they open a half an hour later than Vail at 9 a.m. And they again reported 5 inches in 24 hours, 6 inches in 48 hours, 12 inches in the last 7 days. They have every single one of their lifts operating today, and they have 154 inches for the current season to date at Beaver Creek. So thank you to Betteridge for our weather and mountain report. And we are really excited about some great events that are taking place this weekend, and probably one that you've heard us talking about is Talon's Challenge. So it's going to be going on this weekend for your chance to tackle 14 black and double black diamond runs totaling over 26,000 vertical feet, and you'll get to track your runs with your special credential and lanyard, and that's gonna be like Meredith out there just crushing those bumps this weekend. It's gonna be a thigh burner for sure, but what a great challenge to to maybe just be able to brag about to all your friends, and then of course to celebrate at the little après ski party. And you can pick up your Vail Daily today if you want to get more details and decide, like maybe you're on the fence, maybe you still haven't signed up. You can get more of that information in the paper today. So that's going on the 26th and the 27th at Beaver Creek. And also, Beaver Creek, they have complimentary activities that take place each and every day up there. So, just checking my Wednesday schedule. So today from 3 to 5, they'll have live music with Helmut Fricker. You know him as like the charming, kind of the mascot of Beaver Creek with his alpenhorn. And, they have some other cool things that are coming up, like they're going to be doing Mardi Gras Mambo featuring the Dirty Dozen Brass Band and Nathan and the Zydeco Cha-Chas. That's coming up on the 26th. And then also on March 1st, the Four Phantoms will be in concert. So all kinds of cool stuff at Beaver Creek. And don't forget about Beaver Creek Cookie Time. That happens every day at 3 o'clock. Really fun. Let's check back in with Trisha. She's over in Vail Village this morning and showing us all of that fresh snowfall. And, she and Barry were right next to Gondola 1, so we could see them brushing the snow off the top of the gondola tower, and people are definitely in line. All right, Trish, where are you now?
Well, you know what? We were walking over towards Solaris, and Ashley, guess what we're next to?
What?
The garbage trucks.
I'm so glad that those make you think of me.
We're gonna turn this way, and hopefully they won't be too loud. But you know what I love at these lanterns? I don't know if you can see them way in the background. That's still part of the Vail Winterfest, and they have the ice sculptures still up down by Gore Creek. So if you want to stop by those today, they're still around. They get a little shade from the buildings, and then they have the LED lighting that comes up at night. So at night, it's a very, very great photo opportunity. Right along Gore Creek, you have the reflection of the light in the water, and then the way the ice sculptures look.
Oh.
Okay, we got cars coming in.
Oh, man. All right.
getting business done. Getting to where they need to go this morning.
I do love that you can also see the steam coming off the heated pavers there in Vail. So it's quite the scene behind you, the snowy mountains and the lanterns, the steamy roads. All right. Well, I know you guys have some business to attend to. You've got an interview to get to, so we'll let you keep on moving. But while you get to where you need to go, I'm going to tell you about something sparkly. So we'll see you guys here in just a sec. Now, for all of you that are watching, we passed Valentine's Day, we passed the holidays, but we do have Mother's Day coming up. We have Father's Day coming up. And if you would like to wow your mom or dad with a gift that, my goodness, I feel like almost any mom and dad would really appreciate a gift from Betteridge. But they have stunning jewelry. They have really cool estate pieces. Their watch collection is just next to none. And of course, they have great staff to, tell you all the history behind each piece and all the idiosyncrasies that just make them so special. But that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to head into Betteridge and find out more with our buddy Lance.
We're here at Betteridge in Solaris Plaza. Lance is going to give us a little tour of some of the jewelry that you can find. But Betteridge, what a name in the business. I mean, 1897, it's been around for over a century.
That's a lot of math, but yeah, a long time. We've been around since 1897. The Betteridge family started out in the world of silver, quickly got into jewelry in New York City, and now it's called Greenwich, Connecticut home, and that's where the family lives, and that's where the business is based out of. Terry Betteridge, the owner of the company, is a master of estate jewelry, but we also carry a lot of new designer jewelry, which is what we got some incredible stuff to show you here today, with a wide range of different variations of styles.
Okay, let's start with this one first.
Let's start right here at this first one, and actually this is the newest of our designers, not just us carrying it, but actually as far as when he started. This collection is called Davidor. This is all handmade out of Paris. It all has this arch theme. It comes in all 3 colors of golds with lots of different color of lacquer. This one just happens to be a really nice, beautiful red lacquer, almost strawberry in color with lots of diamonds. And there's many different collections. So this is a brand new collection. This one's also at Bergdorf, and we're lucky to have this collection actually, so it's a big deal. I know, right? This next one here, this is Palmolato. Palmolato is Italian, and this started in roughly 1967. They do all of their jewelry in this rose gold, but it's not a super bright rose. It's kind of a nice crossover with yellow.
And it's fun to put a little color in there too.
Tons of color. This is a Nudo collection. It's all about color and stacking with this collection here with the Nudo.
Oh, and speaking of stacking, a lot of bracelets, and this is a really good brand for you too.
This is a fantastic brand, a brand that we love. This is Palmrelli. Palmrelli is based out of Philadelphia. The product is made out of Philadelphia. Started in the late 1960s. Paul is still designing and still working within his shop and his boutique in Philadelphia. We like this brand a lot. We do a ton of trunk shows with them over the year, and we'll definitely have a bunch of his trunk shows coming up. You're wearing one of his bracelets. This is mixed with Palmolato, but this is one of his bracelets called Unity, along with the necklace and earrings, mixing and matching Palmolato and Palmrelli. It looks fantastic here.
Yeah, you can blend your designers like how we did today. And then tell us about this brand. This is really eye-catching.
This is an eye-catching brand. This one's been around for over 100 years. This is Buccellati. They started in 1919. They're also out of Italy. This particular collection is called the Hawaii collection. It's very light and very airy. It's all 18 karat. Of course, you have diamonds mixed in there as well. It's a very playful, very airy collection that is done very well. And this is one of their iconic brands that Buccellati carries. We just started carrying this brand as well over the past year, so fairly new to us.
Well, how fun. You got to come in here, you got to learn about the brands, or of course so many people already know, and then they know that it's here and they seek it out. But it must be neat to meet the customers.
Absolutely, and they have the time because you're in Vail to take the time to enjoy the experience, and they really enjoy looking at all these different collections. So.
Okay, all right. Betteridge right here at Solaris Plaza in the heart of Vail.
Winter is coming, and you can enjoy every minute with Outside Plus, your membership to the outdoors. Whether you're exploring the backcountry or your local trails, Outside Plus has you covered. With expert advice on gear, product discounts, premium access to Outside TV and the Gaia GPS app, and inspiring content delivered from the most respected names in the outdoors. Become an Outside Plus member today to get free tickets and VIP access to this year's Warren Miller film. Join at warrenmiller.com/Outside Plus.
In the extraordinary, we're free to discover more together. Experience it for yourself this winter. Get your lift tickets today.
You deserve more from your steak. You deserve the only steak that's guaranteed to be perfect every single time. At Omaha Steaks, we're delivering old school quality with a now school mentality. That means aging every steak for tenderness, carefully hand carving, and obsessing over every last detail, so you never second guess a single bite. For a limited time, get 4 free chicken breasts and 4 free pork chops with your order. Go to omahasteaks.com/TV today. You deserve this.
Okay, so it's a snowy Wednesday as we are waking up this morning here in Vail, and our friends over at Carrot, celebrating over 50 years now of creating heirlooms, are providing our look at this weather and mountain report. So the National Weather Service says that we are under a winter weather advisory until tomorrow at 5 a.m. So right now we have some decent visibility. Whoa, hey, CDOT. All right, thanks. So we have some decent visibility right now in Vail, and we could see some periods of just kind of some drier weather, some clear weather, and then also maybe some more intense snow later this afternoon. Okay, we're not manipulating that camera. That is to completely see out. But you can see that right now it's relatively mellow at the moment, but I tell you what, it was a little tricky getting here from Eagle this morning. So that right lane definitely a little bit more clear than the left, and you are going to find some icy conditions. Now those temperatures are going to be in the teens today, and then warming up just a little bit maybe for the daytime high around 31 down in town, a little bit cooler up on the mountain. Then tomorrow, our high is going to be around 22. So it's going to be a little bit cooler. And according to Joel Gratz from OpenSnow.com, he just updated his forecast, and he's saying that we could see maybe another 3 to 5 inches this afternoon, and then maybe tonight another 2 to 5. So we could see some nice fluffy turns for tomorrow morning. Both Vail and Beaver Creek reporting 5 inches in the last 24 hours. And respectively, they are almost 100% open. So Vail's 97% open today. Beaver Creek is 98% open. And Vail's lifts will start turning at 8:30, so we're just a few minutes away from that happening. And then Beaver Creek will be opening at 9. So thank you so much to Carrots for a look at what's happening with your weather and mountain report for today. So coming up this weekend, not only do we have Talon's Challenge, but we also have the return of the Winter Mountain Games. It's all a project of the Vail Valley Foundation, and there's quite the schedule lineup. So I'm really excited about this. This should be a lot of fun. It all starts on Friday. So Gear Town will be open from 12 to 5
for this
on
interview.
Friday. Oh, I can hear Barry and Trisha out there. They're getting ready for their next interview. But we have, so Gear Town's it's kind of like the farmer's market in Vail, except for there's swag, so you can maybe get some fun free goodies, also some concessions, some art, live music, some of the best outdoor brands. So that opens at noon on Friday. And then at 4:30 p.m. there's a ski-mo race, so once the lifts shut down. And then Low Cut Connie will be playing on the Solaris concert stage at 5. Then that's going to be followed by Galactic at 7 o'clock. So Solaris is going to be a hub for the music. And then there's going to be an after party presented by Teton Gravity Research at 9 o'clock. Then on Saturday, we get started a little bit earlier. Over at Mountain Plaza at noon is the 10 Cup Sprint Skimo. I have a friend that's going to be competing in this, and that guy is he's an animal. So I'm excited to see how this plays out. And then there's the Snowshoe 5K and 10K at the Nordic Center, as well as the 5K Snowshoe Dog Derby, so you can get your four-legged friends involved. And then at 4:30, the Nature Valley Bootlegger Hill Climb. So ski boots, snowboard boots, you're going to get one heck of a workout at Golden Peak. And then JoJo Herman will take the stage at 5 o'clock, the Solaris concert stage, Moon Taxi at 7, and then again the after party. And then on Sunday, they will have the Skimo. Oh, this is an example of the uphill bootlegger. Oh my gosh, that is going to be intense, especially if you, I hope you're not doing that. Oh geez, this guy looks like he's really been training. I feel like that's a bad idea too. Maybe not getting in the hot tub with your ski and snowboard boots on. But it should be a good time. And then the Skimo Vertical race will take place early on Sunday morning at 7:30, and then Bloodies and Bluegrass at 8:30, and then it all ends with a Fat Tire Bike Challenge at 1 o'clock on Sunday. So there's a lot of different things to enjoy. And then there's also, over at Deca Bowl, there's going to be an after party both on Friday night and Saturday night. And I have my eye on the Saturday night show. So there will be a couple different options. So on Friday, Ethno Global, there's a $10 cover. It starts at 9 o'clock. And then on Saturday, DJ Nakaji. Okay, this is my buddy from X Games. And Naka, you might recognize that name because recently they just did a big old story about him going to the Olympics and providing the sound for the athletes there competing in slopestyle and in half pipe. And Naka has been traveling the world doing Olympics for years and years and years, and X Games, all the biggest ski and snowboard events. He's the DJ behind it. And I didn't know that there was actually like a difference in DJs until I actually experienced a set that Naka played. And basically, like this guy is so like if you're like kind of shy on the dance floor, you're gonna kind of like the wallflower. Like this guy can get you moving. He gets everybody so pumped up. He gets the energy just flowing. It's such a good time. So if you've never gone to a show where Naka has been the main form of entertainment, highly recommend it. So worth $10. He's amazing. So that's at Deckable for the after party on Friday and Saturday night. So Winter
Ash,
Mountain
do you know
Games.
any of the other lineup?
I don't know any of the other artists. I feel like I've seen Galactic. I don't know Low Cut Connie or Moon Taxi, but the Solaris stage, I mean, I've seen shows there, and it's such a good, it's just such a different experience, right? Like if you go, Mary, like experiencing live music outdoors in the heart of Vail at Solaris, like it's an experience that you definitely have to do at least once. So really looking forward to this weekend. There's just so much that's going on. So I feel like Trish and Barry, are they ready yet?
Yes.
Okay. Are we doing? Oh, all right, Trish. Okay, so you're there. You're in Solaris.
Yeah, you know what? So we're kind of behind the stage where they're going to be setting it up and everything. And I love when they have it in town because even if you don't have time to go to the whole concert, maybe you got dinner reservations or you're kind of going to and fro, you can always stop for a little while, hear the music. And it's free. You can also stand up at the higher, the second level. They've got the Vail Brewing Company, maybe have a beer, listen to the music. They'll have drinks and everything here too. But and then Ashley, you mentioned the after parties. There's Deckable right there. So this is kind of the main hub for it. But Ashley, there's the Zamboni hasn't come by yet.
Oh.
So guess thinking of Dewey.
I mean,
Look at when I see long hallways in hotels, I feel like doing cartwheels. When I see vast fields of pristine snow, I feel like doing a snow angel.
I mean, I completely encourage this. I feel like this needs to happen. I would definitely like to see that. I feel like
okay. All right. Barry's gonna get a bird's eye view. Okay, let's do it. I'm gonna put my hood up so I won't get ass.
Oh my gosh, let's see. Oh, Trisha, that is a good one. Oh, I can see part of you. There you are. Oh, Trisha, that is substantial snow right there. How much do you think that is? That's like a Trisha Swenson deep is what that is.
Okay, so now we're gonna try to get out and not mess up the angel and get out of the way, and then we can see. Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, you've done this before. You've definitely done this before, Trisha. That was awesome.
Hey,
nice
North
work.
Dakota, I have plenty of practice.
Oh man,
yeah,
that's a good representation of how much snow has fallen down through. Oh, getting a little crazy with the camera. Getting a little crazy. Okay. All right, there you are. All right. Also, Trisha, Rodney's saying, I hope Joel Gratz is incorrect and that the snow will occur Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I honestly, Rodney, I got to tell you, Joel's pretty accurate. That's why we always rely on him. So I don't know about that, but you're going to have a really good base when you get out here for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Yeah. So Trisha, it looks like the snow's kind of stopped for now. Is that what's going on? Like maybe just a little bit?
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, it definitely is lightened up. And, I don't see the low clouds. And I can barely just see the sun, just barely through the cloud cover there. I just, it's there. I can see it right over, kind of almost over Golden Peak right now. But yeah, we didn't see the snow as heavy as we saw it when I first arrived at 7:30.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll keep our fingers crossed that we see more of that heavy snow later on. Okay, Barry, can you give us another shot of that snow angel as we head into this next break? That is just. Oh, you put a chair up so you get. Amazing. Next level. All right. Trisha's. You what?
Yeah, I wanted him to get really up high to get the bird's eye view.
The lengths we go to.
But
Yep, just to get you that perfect shot of the snow angel. All right, live in Vail Village, snow angels on the ice rink. We'll catch up with you guys here in just a minute, but we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we have more headed your way, including a mystery on Mount Everest, so stay with us.
You are an electric vehicle. Electricity powers your heart. Want to feel your heartbeat faster? Drive an electric car, where the loudest sound is the beat of your electric heart. This is the new Nissan.
Maui Jim sunglasses were born on the beaches of Hawaii, designed to respond to the bright sun and harsh glare of the islands, all while enhancing the view. After 30 years, we're still independently owned, and the free-thinking Hawaiian spirit that first inspired us is still a part of everything we do. Our Polarized Plus 2 lenses not only protect eyes from harmful rays, they also make colors more vivid and contrast crisper. Try on a pair and see for yourself. The view's better from here.
We get out, fire it up, hook big ones. We get out and rip it, and we track them down. So crack a Mountain Dew, get out and do.
Love is the theme all month at Knapp Harvest, and they invite you to experience their love of food, flowers, and bees. Pick up a delicious dinner and dessert for your Valentine. Grab jewelry for a friend and bath salts for yourself, and show your love for the planet with fill and refill. Knapp Harvest, your indoor farmers market, open 7 days a week.
This Weather and Mountain Report is brought to you by Live Sotheby's International Realty, Colorado's leading real estate firm. Contact their Vail Valley broker professionals today to help you live the life you love.
Oh, we are so excited about this fresh snow. Both Vail and Beaver Creek reporting 5 inches in the last 24 hours. And it's kind of, the snow's dissipated just a little bit. I can see out the windows here in Eagle Vale that, there's not really a whole lot that's falling right now. But according to OpenSnow.com, they're saying that we could kind of see some of those periods of drier weather and then maybe a little bit more intense snowfall again later on this afternoon and this evening, and then again overnight tonight. So we could still see quite a bit more snow out of the system, and exciting just to see that we've already gotten those 5 inches. And that's, of course, that was reported at 5 o'clock this morning, and as we are making our way in for the show between 6 and 7, it was really coming down. So you can see that traffic is definitely heavy. It's picking up along that I-70 corridor through Vail. Oh, thank you. CDOT? Yes, exactly. Look at that. Oh my gosh. People are making their way right into the heart of Vail. Yeah, Mary, that's a good point. It does look like Vail Pass might be closed. I haven't seen any EC alerts come through. I'll keep checking my email to keep you updated. We do have a winter weather advisory that is in effect until 5 a.m. tomorrow, so just be aware of that. So, travel is just it's gonna be tricky. We know this. Anytime we see snow, it's great for the mountains, not exactly ideal for the roads. So temperatures today we're kind of going to be seeing those temperatures just cooling off as we go. So today temperatures in the teens. Tomorrow it's going to maybe feel more like 0 when you first wake up to get out on the mountain, and look for just some breezy conditions and some snow off and on. Really, today's the heavy day. Could see maybe a little bit again like Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday nice and clear, temperatures getting back up into the 20s and 30s, maybe even the 40s. So a lot going on with that weather. Now, for the resorts, I also just want to mention that both Vail and Beaver Creek are almost 100% open, and so great terrain to be able to explore. Vail is going to be opening in 15 minutes at 8:30, and then Beaver Creek opens at 9. But we have a mystery to find out a little bit more about with Trisha and Jeremy Evans. You can also read about it in today's paper on the Vail Daily, but let's send it to him live right now to find out more about this book that Jeremy has written.
All right, yes, we are live with Jeremy Evans. He's the author of See You Tomorrow, about the disappearance of a snowboarder on Mount Everest, of all places. And there's a local tie-in because Ellen Miller, who's one of the few American females to have climbed Everest in all different ways, all 3 ways, she met Marco, and is it Siffredi?
Yeah, Marco Siffredi. Yeah, Ellen was a huge boost to this book. She was my first face-to-face interview for this book. And before I even got this chance to speak to Ellen, I was wondering what kind of character Marco was. You know, he had piercings, he had dyed hair, he had bleached hair, and I had this one vision of him one way. Then I talked with Ellen, who really befriended him during some expeditions back in the early 2000s, and I just learned a lot more about him as a person.
Yeah, you hear about Marco, and I was reading in the article today, the Vail Daily, that Ryan Stedequist did with you. He really started snowboarding late in life, like about 16 years old. Shortly after that, he's going down the Aiguille du Midi in France. I mean, he was doing some crazy lines, some of the most dangerous descents in such a short period of time. I mean, what a prodigy.
Yeah, he really was a prodigy. I mean, like a lot of young people in ski towns. I mean, he grew up skiing. He just didn't take a liking to it. His father was a mountain guide and tried to drag him up mountains. He just refused. But once he started to love the mountains for his own reasons, basically hanging out with friends, he picked up a snowboard by 16, and it was almost like God put him on this earth to snowboard. It's kind of what his family and friends said. And so he was a prodigy, and he didn't skip any rungs in the ladder. He just progressed very, very quickly. Ended up on Mount Everest in 2002.
Okay, and then that's where Ellen met him.
On Everest, when he made his first, he was the first person to make a continuous snowboard descent from summit to camp, and that was in 2001. And she also got a chance to meet him on Choyu, another 8,000 meter peak a year before that.
Okay, so now when he was descending in 2002, this is when the disappearance happened.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it really is a mystery, and so much of the book, when I started out, well, what happened to him, right? I mean, of course, through my research and doing everything for the book, I found out, well, who was this person? Because he ended up kind of being more the story than what happened. But of course, the mystery is what it is. And he started down late in the afternoon. The previous year, he was very fast. He got up in a matter of hours and really had no dramas at all, which you'll read about in the book and Ellen can attest to. But the next year everything was different. He was climbing through waist deep snow. It took him almost 12 hours to get to the top. And he started down late in the afternoon, and clouds obscured him. There was another French climber watching him from below, and clouds obscured him. And then when they broke, they just saw his track and never saw any trace of him again.
Oh, wow. And, when I first heard about this, because Ellen had posted it on her Facebook page, like, hey, come to the Vail Symposium Wednesday night. And I just got chills, because you just wonder, like, what were his last moments like?
Yeah, and it's a really sad story too, because he comes from a large family in Chamonix. His older brother died in an avalanche outside Chamonix when he was about 18 months old, and then he had two older sisters that basically raised him. So he was a real mama's boy, and his mom did not want him to go back in 2002 for obvious reasons. And now, as a father of two daughters myself, and having children, there's a little connection there too, that this wasn't just a kook, a brash, young, cocky person. He was talented, he was ambitious, but he's very calculative of when he went about his expeditions. And so I'm not going to give away everything, but it really is a mystery, and there's not a real discernible reason why he disappeared that afternoon.
Okay, so this is part of the Vail Symposium's Unlimited Adventure series. So this is going to be tonight, and you and Ellen will be teaming up to talk about the story and talk about this pursuit, these crazy pursuits that people go on.
Well, yeah, I think Marco can resonate with a lot of people in Vail or Jackson Hole or even where I'm from in Lake Tahoe. It's just these very talented, maybe underground type of skiers and riders that do amazing things, that just kind of go about their business, and Marco is very much that. I almost feel somewhat embarrassed being here talking about Marco when Ellen could steal the show herself. I mean, how accomplished she is, but I think it just really speaks to how humble these great athletes are. Like, she had no problem speaking about Marco initially and helping me along the way. And so, yeah, I'm incredibly honored to be here tonight and speaking with Ellen and meeting with her and talking about Marco.
Yeah, because you met with her, 2016 over coffee for the book and everything.
Yeah, a few miles away in Edwards. I came up after New Year's. I think it was almost 2017. It's so hard with COVID, right?
Yeah.
And she was my first face-to-face. We met at a coffee shop in Edwards, and I walked out of that coffee shop driving all the way back to Tahoe for like the first 2 hours thinking like, wow, I think I have a book here. Like, I had no idea this side of Marco existed. And yeah, Ellen really had a special connection with him, which I think we'll talk about tonight.
Okay, yep. And you know what? You can find out more details at vailsymposium.org. Vail Symposium celebrating their 50th anniversary, and it's part of the Unlimited Adventure series. Go online, get your tickets for tonight. You're not going to want to miss this. And will there be books available?
There will be books available. I also have some rare video clips shot by Marco's friends, so we'll have some photographs. We'll talk about the mystery, but also be a celebration of an amazing life as well.
Okay, perfect. All right. Thank you so much,
Yeah.
Jeremy, for
Thank
your good time today? You're going to hit the slopes?
I am in a little bit. I'm going to walk back and get ready. Yeah.
Okay, all right. We're going to go let him kick the powder day. But Vail Symposium, part of our nonprofit spotlight, brought to you by Slifer Smith and Frampton Foundation. Give to one, give to many at SSF Foundation.
Oh my gosh, how fascinating does that sound? Really, really cool. And again, you can even learn a little bit more about it today in the Vail Daily and kind of get a little preview of what's going to be taking place tonight. But man, Jeremy, that sounds really, really exciting. And also, I mean, the fact that Ellen Miller is going to be there as well. So thank you to Trisha and Jeremy for just piquing our interest on that. We're going to take another quick break. When we come back, we're going to be visiting Knapp Harvest down in Eagle Ranch. And then we'll also be kind of wrapping things up as we enjoy this snowy, moody Wednesday morning here in the Rockies.
In the extraordinary, we're free to discover more together. Experience it for yourself this winter. Get your lift tickets today.
Vail Valley Live outerwear provided by Skea Limited.
Get more information at VailYetiHockey.com. Go Yeti!
It's 5 a.m. and
I feel like I can do anything.
We've got apples and cabbage,
7,000 dahlias,
vegetables, and
brisket for dinner.
This is my happy place.
We've been coming here since 1868.
My grandmother used to say,
Don't call me, don't bother me, I'm going out to mow.
there's a lot of cushy desk jobs out there, but
I make the earth take the shape that I want it to take.
There are millions of ways to make the most of your land. Learn how to make the most of yours at Deere.com.
I'm here at Knapp Harvest in Eagle Ranch, one of my favorite spots in the valley, with Carrie Hogan. And we're talking all about love. Here we are just in February. The theme is love, and not just for sweethearts and Valentines, but so important to love ourselves.
I absolutely agree. If we don't love ourselves, you cannot give enough love out. So I really believe in that. And you know, Knapp's Nectar, not only do we have the beautiful honeys that are healthy for you, but our beekeeper makes soaps made from propolis and things from the hive, lip balms and creams. So you should try that to self-care. Also, we carry just a wonderful line of things that you can use in your bath, use on your face, all really good. Bath salts and salves and balms, and we have candles to set by the bathtub. I just picture a cup of tea and putting yourself, you know, in a relaxed state. Love yourself. It's really important.
It's so important, and these smell absolutely amazing. The lemongrass is just so bright and fresh, and these would also make great gifts as well.
Oh, absolutely. And the other thing I love is that these gifts are not expensive. You can end up with a little basket of goodies for hardly any money. And speaking of that, we do Valentine's special baskets, custom, or we will have some for sale, so let us know, along with the flowers that we'll be selling for Valentine's Day as well.
Great, and such a great local component, giving back to the community here, supporting so many great local producers.
Absolutely, love our locals.
Oh, love a little Knapp Ranch, Knapp Harvest. There's a really beautiful coffee table book all about Knapp Ranch and the story behind it. And now Knapp Harvest is just the fruits of that ranch, and then so much more, as you just saw there with Sarah and Carrie. So if you haven't been in yet, very cool spot, and very much, you know, table or farm to table idea, and just some cool gifts and great ways to just kind of pamper yourself, especially on a snowy day like today. And I think we should probably send things back out to Trish before we close out for our Wednesday edition of the show. And I mean, hard to believe that we're already February 23rd. It's the last full week of February. But, you know, like we were talking about earlier in the show, we've got some big events coming up this weekend. We have the Winter Mountain Games returning, as well as the Talon's Challenge over at Beaver Creek. So good things to get signed up for. And then don't miss the Vail Symposium. I was just reading a little bit more about Jeremy Evans and Ellen Miller, tonight, and this story of a disappearance on Everest sounds really, really interesting. So, but Trish and Barry, where are you guys? Oh, what are we doing now? Hey, you two. Yeah, I see you got that paper. What?
Oh, hey, we're
What are we-
moving. We're
what are
trying
we
to get to
inter-
the Gandhi.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's 8:45.
Yeah.
Okay, the lift's open in 5 minutes. So I'm just trying to get over to the lifts.
Okay, you keep
So you
keep
can see what the-
hustling. I'll narrate so you guys don't have to breathe super hard and talk. Okay, so you can see Trisha walking up Wall Street right there. You can see all the skis out and ready for everybody. Oh yeah, we know it's a powder day. And so they're walking past. They're right behind the lodge at Vail and Elways, Christie Sports, seeing the instructors out there, and you can see that there's also quite a few people that have clearly gotten the news that there's 5 inches of fresh snow at both Vail and Beaver Creek. You can do a little early shopping over at Burton. I was checking them out the other day. They're open at like 8 o'clock. So also Gorsuch Ski Cafe is right there on their left. And you can see that steaming coming off the heated pavers there right at the base of the gondola. And if you want to get those lift tickets, you just follow that blue tent to the right. But my goodness, oh Trisha, I can see that line. Oh man, it's gonna be it's gonna be a busy morning. Oh my goodness, there's a lot of people out there, girl.
Okay, yeah. So actually, even way before at 7 a.m. this morning, 7:30, they were setting up the maze because they were expecting the line. Here, let's go up the stairs.
Okay, but
and
here's
I've
the
seen
thing.
a lot of people out here.
They're
You
moving.
know, the Eagle County kids have school out today, this week. So I've seen some parents and their kids. I think a lot of people are going to be taking that day off. Okay, so here's the line. Looks like they're loading. They're
Yeah, I was
loading a
gonna
couple
say,
minutes
yeah,
early.
It's moving pretty fast. So it looks like they're really trying to get people up there quickly. That's exciting. They're actually letting people up early.
Yep. So it looks like a couple minutes early. They're probably just like, hey, let's get these powder hounds some snow. So here's what's happening. Yep. So, what you're going to see, though, is a lot of people going straight from here to Chair 4. So what I would maybe do is take 3 up to Ricky's and then go down Ricky's.
Oh.
So that could be, you got to have reverse herd mentality. Hey, you know what? If you can call your buddies that are just getting in the parking structure, tell them to go to Chair 6. There's probably not much of a line over at the Rivermont Express. And you can either take that all the way to 11. I would take that to the midpoint and get off and go to 10, which is Highline Express.
Yeah.
Hop over. Maybe do Blue Ox's Room yesterday. That would be a kind of a nice one with some fresh snow on top.
Yeah.
Get a warm up on the front side, and then go into the back. But yeah, so here's what it's looking like. I wanted to show you this today because I knew we'd probably see the line going into the snow.
Yeah, it is definitely there, but it's nice to see that it is moving, and it seems like it's moving pretty quickly. So that's great news. All right, well, Trisha and Barry, thanks for braving the roads and getting over there in Vail. And I mean, Trisha, this book sounds really, really interesting. The book and the conversation with Jeremy and Ellen tonight, that sounds pretty fascinating.
Yeah, and you know what? The article in the Vail Daily is pretty cool too. It gives you a little bit more information about this, and it's part of the Unlimited Adventures series that the Vail Symposium puts on, and that's always about these big adventure skiers, snowboarders, people that push the limits, kind of beyond what maybe us normal people do. But really neat to see a little bit more and kind of put together the pieces of Freddie or Marco Siffredi, and how sad for his family, but these people die doing something they love.
Right. Well, yeah, I'm curious to read a little bit more about it. Well, thank you both for showing us what's going on. Man, Trisha, watch out. Watch those skis. Don't let anybody whack you in the head as they're walking by.
I put my helmet on.
Oh my gosh. Well, have an amazing Wednesday to all of you. Thank you for joining us here on Vail Valley Live. For Trisha, for Barry, for Meredith and I, thank you so much. And we'll see you back here live.
Happy Powder Day.
Yeah, happy Powder Day. We'll see you live at 7:30 tomorrow morning.